Thank you again for returning with us to Project 4, the Sea Turtle, with the Southeastern Quilt and Textile Museum Fun in the Sun Summer Camp, and Laura Bosma, your stitching host. At this point, you have everything stitched except the eyes. Let me move this over a bit. And the nostrils, but you're on the road to success. So everything but these two. So in step 8, we're going to focus on the eyes. I've probably said before, especially if you've been following along with us, this is my 3rd time I'll be stitching this sample, and I never stitch any two of them exactly the same. So if you see any differences, it's just because I've tried something else, and doesn't mean it's wrong, just means that it might be slightly different, but it's basically the same techniques. So here's the sea turtle. Here's his eye. Let me move him into the field of vision. I went ahead and couched, which is what we're going to do, the center of the eye, and then I returned to the whip stitches, but only 1/8 of an inch apart to go around the perimeter of the eye. So a couching stitch is where you lay threads over something. And that's what these 3 stitches right here are. That's couching, where I've come up on the outside, I've gone totally across, and I've gone back in on the outside of the other portion there. And so that's couching. A lot of times couching is used to hold on ribbons and other things. In wool applique, couching is used to just hold something down. Commonly a stem is used, some kind of couching stitch is used on a long stem rather than blanket stitch the whole thing to just couch it on. But we're going to couch on the eyes, and again I added the little whip stitches around the edge. So I'm going to pick it up there with you. So I'm going to just, eyeball center. Make sure I'm in the field here. And I'm going to come up, probably about 3 stitches short of center, because the thread is so thick I ended up doing 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to come up. I'm going to draw my straight line again across. I'm going to go in right at the margin of where the wool of the eye meets the wool head of the turtle. Underneath, I'm going to go all the way back over, and I'm going to try to be about a thread distance away. So I don't want to come up through my thread. I don't want to come up 1/8 of an inch away. I want to come up about a thread distance. On the back, it's going to look like that, where I came back in here and I'm going back up there. So that's 1 couching stitch. With 3 of these, it would really be more than enough to hold the eye in place, but I thought it'd be fun to try, stitching the perimeter of it so that it would have even that much more decorative stitching. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now technically you could couch, in this case it actually ends up being satin stitches where it covers something, the entire eye if you wanted to. I am not so good at keeping them all straight. I can handle about 3 of them and get them to kind of line up nicely, and then I want to stop. I tried stitching more and I just thought it was too much. So where my stitches thread came up right here, now I'm just going to continue, and again I'm going to go in about 1/8 of an inch diagonally. I'm going to come out at the margin between the wool eye and the wool of the head, and I'm going to just stitch that around, and that will secure the eye really good. You'll note my previous example, I really only just did this part right here. I didn't stitch around the eye, but I think it's a good idea for us to go ahead and do that. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so that's couching stitches. Couching stitches stitch over something to secure it or hold it down. Whip stitches are going to hold down the rest of the edge. When I got over here, I skipped, I went under and came back up on the opposite side, and then I'll continue. So there's your eyes. That's simple. Get them done. Thank you.